For me, virtual ministry allows us to expand our reach beyond just these four walls. It's amazing to come here and worship with our congregation every week, and we have this great church family here, but it really is an amazing thing when you see somebody comment and say, I really needed to hear this today. Like, thank you for taking the time to broadcast this to us so that we could be a part of it. Like, you really never know who's scrolling through Facebook and just happens to tune in. It could be anybody. It could be somebody who's never stepped inside a church door, and they just, for some reason that day, could click on it and then hear the gospel and accept Jesus. So like, it really is different than someone having to walk through our doors, because that's a pretty big step. But scrolling through Facebook is something people do every day. So it's way, I guess, easier for somebody to hear the gospel that way. So so I think it's a huge opportunity for us, and if we use it the right way, then we can make a huge difference. So yeah, it's not something that we take lightly, and it's something that we definitely need to keep getting better at. So this computer is just for our in-house screen and video and sort of stuff like that. So we just run Easy Worship on here, and so we put all of our songs on here. We put our scripture up here. We put videos for children's time, that kind of thing. And all of the sound is still run through our board, so it comes through our speakers and everything. So yeah, this is just for in here. We were just streaming on my phone to Facebook, and that was our first experience. Jamie, our finance person, she was doing the live streaming, and Margaret, our secretary, she was doing the Easy Worship, so we would all be here kind of okay, let's try to figure this out together. So with this computer, we use it so that we can run the lyrics to the songs on our live stream. So we've just taken all of the songs that we have in our other Easy Worship, and we just reduced them to smaller text and to the lower third of the screen so that it doesn't take up the whole screen, obviously, and you can still see the picture. And we just broadcast it to our OBS program on this computer, and and it just will show up as soon as you switch to the different screen. It'll just show up here, and people will be able to see it at home. So it's kind of cool. So we could tell that it was working right away, because the first Sunday that we did that little live stream from our living room, people were so happy to just have some connection, being able to worship together, even though we were all sort of in our own houses. People just felt relief, I think, and just some shared, strength in that time. So this is our soundboard. It's a digital board, which we got only just a couple of years before the pandemic. So this is our board. We have our in-house mix sort of here, and then this is our broadcast mix here. So we just click on the mix here, and then we can adjust everything over here for that. So the sound guy will usually have these on, and then he'll just be able to hear what's happening for the live stream if he plugs those in. So that's kind of how he does it. It's not always the easiest thing, being in the room and trying to hear what's happening on the live stream, but it works for us right now. We've got a pretty good mix going. So yeah, so that's our board. A lot of our seniors, especially during the pandemic, weren't able to come. So it was a good way for us to connect with them and to make them feel less alone. So that was definitely a huge part of it. And even now, some of them still aren't able to come back. So for them to be able to watch us, I think is a big deal for them. So that's definitely been a triumph, just connecting with people across the world. We had a guy come and play in our band who was an exchange student last year. So his parents were able to watch every week online so that they could see him and, different things like that. And they're still connected with us. So, working together as a team to do our best for God, obviously, and for people to be able to worship with us and, experience that. So this is sort of our live streaming station here. We have our switcher, which allows us to plug both of our cameras into the mixer with an HDMI cord. And then we plug that into our computer, and then we're able to switch from one camera to another camera really easily. So all we have to do is basically just press a button and we're on a different camera. So that gets plugged into here, which goes to our live streaming computer where we use OBS Studio to run our live stream. And we've also signed up with a streaming company called Restream. And so we pay them monthly, and they send our live stream to our Facebook page and our YouTube page and also our website. So yeah, so that makes everything really easy. We don't really have to do anything with it. It's all set up in here. We just press start streaming, and then everything kind of goes through for us. And this is our smaller camera that does our overhead shot, so you can see everything. This is kind of what it looks like here, but and also for the live streaming, the sound from this board goes into this audio interface. So what we do is we just plug two cables from the board into the back of this, and then we plug this into the computer, and it sends all of the signals from the board through this into the computer, and it all comes out on the other end mixed nicely. So it's great. Don't let it overwhelm you at first. It can seem really overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be as big a production as what you think in your mind it has to be right away. And then it all kind of comes as you go. Like you just learn more things, and you just take it step by step, and it'll all come together. However, even if you just keep using an iPhone, that's okay. Like however you can connect people with your ministry unit, like that's really all that matters. So yeah, just like take it one step at a time, learn how to do each little thing, and don't let it overwhelm you.